This way, sir. Come.
Vishnuvardhan, am I audible? Good evening all, am I audible? Just drop the chat in the chat box. Yeah, good evening. Let us wait for a few minutes to everyone join. Yeah, okay. Okay, Vishnu, okay. Okay, I warmly welcome you all to my program. So this is Indra from Pantech elearning. So in this program we are going to learn about IoT, Internet of Things. So let me start. Our associate partner, Tamil Nadu State Skill Development Corporation under Naan Mudhalvan Scheme. Yeah, our program domains are Python, data science and Internet of Things. Already Python and data science are over, so now we are going to learn about Internet of Things. So let me tell about the program. So stage 1, there will be a live session for 20 days and stage 2 will be assignments. I will provide 4 assignments in between the live sessions, like for 5th day, 10th day, 15th day and 20th day. You will be getting 4 assignments. Attendance link will be provided at the end of the session. And coming to stage 3, there will be a project hackathon. You can choose your own project, but it should be based under IoT. And stage 4 will be validation and prizes. And coming to live sessions and attendance, we will be having daily class on 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. from 15th May to June 3rd. So attendance is mandatory, that you should have 75% of attendance, and attendance link will be provided during live session. Okay. Yeah, good evening all. And coming to weekly assignments, you have to submit your assignments on Facebook community and LinkedIn community. I will provide you a link, but we will discuss about this on later. And project hackathon, you have choice to choose your project. You can choose any project, but it should be based on IoT. So you'll be having 10 days from 4th to 13th June. Okay. Shall we start? Just drop thumbs up emoji in the chat box. Am I audible? Shall we start? Hi, good evening everyone. Shall we start? Good evening. Everyone please give thumbs up emoji. Capital Tamil. Sumay Khan. Yeah. Vigneshwar Venugopal. Yes. Yes. Okay. First, let me start with a question. So, do you guys have any idea about what is IoT and how it actually works? You can give simple answer. Just tell me what is IoT for your understanding. You can drop the answers in the chat box. Just give me a simple answer of what is IoT. I just want to know, do you guys have any idea about IoT or not? That's why I'm asking. No, okay. Subha Karthik. Okay. Or just give me an example of IoT. You can give any simple example. Just give me any one example. Good evening all. Hema Priya, good evening. Internet of Things. Okay, but I'm asking example of IoT. Connection of hardware through internet. Okay. It work on hardware and software also. Okay. Devices connected and controlled over the internet. Okay. Can you provide me any simple example? Any one? Physical hardware connected to internet to automate or solve a simple problem. Okay. Zero in IoT, ma'am. Explain in scratch. Yeah, sure. Controlling things using internet. Yeah, correct. Guru Charan. Communication with devices through internet to monitor and control. Okay. Smart appliances. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let me give an answer for that first. So examples of IoT like smart home devices, wearable and health monitors, smart cities, connected cars, industrial IoT, and there are a lot of examples for IoT. Smart home appliances, Alexa, okay. Home animation, okay. Okay. So let me give an answer for that. First, what is IoT? IoT stands for the Internet of Things. It refers to a network of physical objects, devices, vehicles and other items. So that embedded with sensors, softwares and connectivity that allow them to collect and exchange data with other devices and systems over the internet. So this is the overview of IoT, Internet of Things. And how it works. Actually, how it works. So IoT works by connecting devices to the internet or a private network, which allows them to communicate with each other, and with the cloud-based applications and services that manage them. This enables the devices to share data, to receive instructions and interact with their environment in real time. For example, a smart thermostat in your home might be connected to the internet and able to communicate with your smartphone or weather forecast and other sensors around your home. So, the thermostat can use this data to adjust the temperature automatically, saving energy and improving comfort. So, IoT systems typically use a combination of sensors, wireless connectivity, cloud computing, and data analytics to collect and analyze data from multiple sources. So, this data can be used to optimize processes, improve efficiency, and create new insights and opportunities for businesses and individuals alike. So, this is how actually it works. Do you guys understand it now? If you understand this, then just drop yes in the chat box. Let's move to the next slide. Operating any machine from anywhere, okay. Data is obtained by sensors. So many companies are using IoT in a wide range of industries. Here are a few examples of companies that use IoT. So first, Amazon. Amazon uses IoT to power its Echo and Alexa devices, which allow users to control smart home devices with voice commands. And coming to General Electric, GE. GE uses IoT to monitor and analyze data from industrial equipment such as jet engines and wind turbines to optimize performance and reduce maintenance cost. And coming to Tesla. So Tesla uses IoT technology in its electric vehicles to collect data on performance and driving habits, which is used to improve vehicle design and software. And IBM. So IBM uses IoT technology to develop solutions for smart cities, healthcare, and supply chain management among other areas. And then coming to Nest. Nest, a company owned by Google. So produces smart home devices such as the thermostats, cameras, and smoke detectors, which are all connected to the internet and can be controlled remotely. At last, Siemens. So it uses IoT technology to monitor and control building systems such as heating, ventilation, and air conditioning to improve energy efficiency and reduce cost. So next, studying IoT can open up a wide range of career opportunities in various industries. Here are some areas where you could potentially work after studying IoT. So first, IoT engineer, which is Internet of Things engineer. You could work as an IoT engineer designing and developing IoT systems and devices. And then data scientist. With expertise in IoT and data analytics, you could work as a data scientist, analyzing data collected from IoT devices to derive insights and drive business decisions. And cyber security analyst. With knowledge of IoT, security protocols and risk, you could work as a cyber security analyst, ensuring the security of IoT network and devices. And smart home building or smart home specialist. With a focus on IoT for homes and buildings, you could work as a specialist designing and implementing smart home building systems. And then coming to industrial IoT specialist. You could work as an industrial IoT specialist developing and implementing IoT solutions in manufacturing, oil and gas, and other industrial settings. So IoT product manager. So with knowledge of IoT technologies and market trends, you could work as an IoT product manager, overseeing the development and launch of IoT products. Okay. Now let us dive into the topics of IoT. So first, look at our mobile phones. Our mobile phones have GPS tracking, mobile gyroscope, adaptive brightness which is adjusted according to the light falling on it, voice detection, adaptive brightness which is adjusted according to the light falling on it, and voice recognition, and also face detection to identify the user. So these are all a lot of features that coming pre-built on the mobile. Most of these have a common interaction between them. Let's say one application can use all of these features. It can also have these features in itself being interacting with each other. Let's say based on the GPS location, my brightness could be adjusted, or based on the direction my phone is being held, the brightness in itself can also adjust as well. So there is a lot of features, but when they interact with each other, these features comes together to bring a better system. So that anything they can provide individually, such as that what IoT is. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Are you guys able to understand? Just drop S in the chat box. Drop S in the chat box, please. Devanshu Jain, yes, okay. What about the remaining ones? Bala Prasant, yes, okay. Janani, yes, okay. Hemapriya, yes, ma'am, okay. Abhita, yes. Prabhu Nitan, Safura, Vishwant, yes, okay, okay. Thank you for your response. Really happy to see your comments. Yeah, Prabhu Nitan, yes, okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. So let's move to the next slide. So what is Internet of Things? Connecting everyday things embedded with electronics, software and sensors to the internet, enabling them to collect and exchange data. And where we can connect everyday things which are embedded with either electronic softwares or sensors to the internet, and this in turn enables us to connect as well as exchange data between these things. When I say things, it can be anything and everything. Let's say I have an internet platform where I can connect these things. If I take example of my house, I can connect my lock, I can connect my AC, I can connect my light, and all this can be managed on the same platform. Since I have a platform, I can also connect my car to this. I can keep a track of my speed limit, I can keep a track of my fuel meter, I can also keep a track of my location of the car as well. So if there is a collective platform where all these are connected, wouldn't it be great, right? Okay, let's see an example. For example, if I love the room temperature to be set at 25 or 20 degrees Celsius, whatever, when I reach back home from my office, then according to my car location, my AC would start before 10 minutes I arrive at home. This can be done through the Internet of Things. Now this is just one of the example. Now let's say tomorrow you come back home. It would be great if I wouldn't even need a key to unlock my door. My home system should be aware that I have come home and should unlock all the doors that are needed. And now this can be done if my mobile and my home devices are connected onto the same platform based on the location of my mobile. It can be identified that, so it will automatically unlock the door and let me come in as well. So these are some of the real world implications of IoT. These are something that are already happening but going forward, what we need to understand is that when I have a specific component with me, which can be a lot individually, if I can collaborate this component with my system of different components and build a better system, this is what IoT is helping us to. You provide a platform to which all these things are connected through the internet. So internet becomes the medium through which you are connecting all these components where things to your platform. Next, why do we need IoT? Do you guys ever think why do we need this? To get a clear idea about why do we need IoT, first let's look at an example. That's the patient at home. He's on constant life support, where his status is being checked to a health monitoring system present on the cloud. Let's say at a point there is certain issue with respect to his health, and let's say there is some irregularity with his heartbeat or his blood pressure is low or so far. Now what happened? Since the system on the cloud is connected to the hospital as well, this information would get passed on to the hospital as well. Then what would happen? They could get the complete details with respect to the patient and also the important information with respect to the current situation of the patient as well. We made it aware with respect to what issue is exactly the patient facing, as well as enable them to dispatch an ambulance immediately to bring the patient back to the hospital as well. So next, meanwhile, once the patient has been picked up and brought back to the hospital, there could be a prescriptions, there could be medicine, and there could be an operating theatre made ready in the case of an emergency situations as well. There would be doctors on standby who have a complete history of the patient, who have complete details of the present condition of the patient as well. So this reduces a lot of effort and time involved with respect to this. So same thing, let's take in today's scenario, there has to be someone monitoring this patient's health, and if there is a fluctuation, they need to call the hospital, they need to call and request for the ambulance. Meanwhile, once the ambulance came, they take the patient and they back into the hospital, and again there is a need to be a lot of checkups, right? That need to be done because the doctors are not fully aware. And also there is a lot of tests that need to be run. And this in turn leads a law of delays as well. In certain emergency cases as such, if a system can do this, then this is exactly where our future lies in and what we have to definitely move forward to. So, now, IoT is basically expanding the interdependence of humans to interact, to contribute, to collaborate to the things around us. Now, what do I mean by interdependence of human? How we depend on each other. So, we all expand this interdependence to interact, to collaborate and contribute with respect to the different things around us. Then we would be building a proper Internet of Things environment. This would be much safer, secure, effortless and time-saving environment into existence. Really like this session, okay. Nice, thank you. Are you guys understood the concept up to this? Just drop yes in the chat box, please. Am I going speed or do you guys want to me to slow down? I think I'm running so fast, right? If you want to me slow down lessons, tell me, okay. Okay, we will go slow. Sapura, yes. Rajavini, yes. Divya, yes. Okay, thank you for your response. Do you want me to slow down? Harshini, yes ma'am, okay. Okay. Okay, let's move back to the topic. Then, coming to benefits of IoT. So, what are the benefits of IoT? First one, efficient resource utilization. So that you could efficiently utilize the resources that are available. If I have a smart system which can interact with everything, if it has enough computational power, if it has enough understanding of how things work between each other, then the usage of the resources available will be more efficient as well. This resource could be in terms of monetary, it could be in terms of natural resource, it could be also be an input taken up by the things as an input and so forth. So all this can be more efficient if I have a platform which is smarter and interconnected as well. No, little bit, okay. I'll be slow down, okay. Okay, thank you for your response. Okay, then minimizing human effort. Apart from this, it minimizes the human effort involved, right? If my system is smart enough to interact with and smart enough to do things that I don't need to get involved with, then my interaction is always going to be minimum, right? So this is the same with everyone, and that's one of the major reasons why IoT has become popular today. And the concept of smart home is always growing as well in the same perspective. Because if the system in itself is able to do most of my work, then I don't need to put in much effort. I can relax at home without having to worry about everything. Then coming to this, it saves time. If it reduces my human effort, then definitely it is going to save my time, right? So apart from that, if the resources are utilized more efficiently, then again it is going to have a lot of more time as well. So any benefit of IoT will in turn help you to save a lot of time as well. So time is the one of the major factor that can be saved on the Internet of Things platform. And then development of AI through IoT. If I have artificial intelligence platform through which all this managed and maintained, the personalization and the human touch also comes into picture. Now today, most of us has a level of interaction with an artificial intelligence or a virtual intelligence as well. This could be a personal assistant like Siri, or it could be an assistant application like Google Assist. If I have a system where all these components and things are interconnected, then all the security present on each of these things is going to get multiplied and it's going to build a much more secure system, right? And improved security. So apart from that, the level of security that we would be integrating to the platform in itself is going to be quite huge. So the overall security with respect to everything is going to increase multiple times as well. Can anyone tell me the curriculum of this virtual internship? Okay. Then coming to features of IoT. Are you guys able to understand up to this topic? Shall I move to next topic, features of IoT? Shall I move to this? Drop S in the chat box, please. Are you able to understand this? Quasin Mark, can anyone tell me the curriculum of this 30-day virtual internship? I will provide you the agenda in tomorrow's class, okay? Yes, thank you for your response. Venkateshwaran, yes ma'am. Mohammed, yes. Vishnuvardhan, yes. Radhika, yes. Amar, Kirti, yes. Safura, yes ma'am. Thank you all for your response. Okay. Okay. Now we'll move to features of IoT. Okay. So now any technology that is available today has not reached 100% capabilities, right? And it always has the gap to grow. So Internet of Things is one of the major technologies in the world today that can help any other technology reach its true and complete potential as well. Now there are mainly three aspects to IoT as to how it works. So first one is connect. It connects various things to the IoT platform. And then analyze. So it analyzes the data collected and use it to build business intelligence. And integrate. So integrate various models to improve user experience. So first is the connect aspect. Here basically what you need to work on is, you need to ensure that there is a connectivity between all the things around you to the IoT platform. Then come to analyze. Now I have my things around me. They each are going to generate some amount of data, right? So now this data needs to be collected and it needs to be analyzed to build a business intelligence solutions. So if I have a good insight from the data that is gathered from all of this, then definitely I can call my system as a smart system. So finally what happens is, in order to improvise and improve your system, you need to integrate it with various modes to improve the user experience as well. So let's say there is a personalization module is there, or let's say there is going to be an aspect when I can directly connect to my providers. Now this provider could be an Amazon, or it could be a Flipkart, or it could be also my retail store that is next to me. And for example, I have my coffee machine, okay, so that requires special beans, and these beans are not almost complete. So then what my system could do is, it go online to Amazon or Flipkart, whatever, and purchase these beans for me as well. So there are a lot of things I can do when I integrate this with respect to various models and improve the overall experience to a single user or a group of users on the world itself. So now let's talk about each one of them one by one. So let's start with connect. So the first stage of connect is device virtualization. So standardize integration of device with the IoT enterprise. What you first need to do is that you need to standardize the integration of the device to the enterprise platform, which is present on the cloud. Now it could be present on a cloud, it could be present on the server, and again it's all going to be connected through the internet. So what I need to do is that I need to ensure that certain level of standard is present on the device so that it can go on and connect to my Internet of Things platform, right? So to understand better, there could be a standard power plug, okay, and there could be a power plug which has an inbuilt Wi-Fi support so that it can connect to my lab. Now to build a smart home system, I need the second power point, because there only I would have to access to control it over the internet, and my system could integrate with respect to the same. Now if I take the standard power point, then what would happen is that I need a manual switch it to on and switch it off. However, in the second case, I could send a signal to it, and this in turn will switch it on and switch it off. So there is supposed to be a level of standardization through which I can integrate all these devices to my platform. And next is high-speed messaging. Enable reliable, secure and bidirectional communication between devices and the cloud. So now what I have done is that I have connected all these devices to my platform, okay. So but these devices in turn generate a lot of data, and this data is what is going to help us understand better on how we can improve the overall system and help and provide the user with better experience. So for that we need to have high speed messaging. This basically means that there need to be a reliable, secure and a bidirectional communication channel between the devices and the platform. Not the purpose of it being bidirectional, because you need to control each one of them as well. For example, I want to switch on the AC, okay. So then the signal would be going on from the cloud platform to the device. So this is how it works on. Okay, so every communication needs to be reliable, it needs to be secure, and it needs to be bidirectional as well. Right. So then endpoint management. So it manages devices endpoint identity, metadata and lifecycle state for all devices. So now third point of connect is that you need to have endpoint management. If I don't have an endpoint management, I have established a way which all my devices can connect to my platform, and I also ensure that the data is going to be sent from the devices to the cloud, and the cloud can send back to the devices as well through a secure channel. But if I don't actually identify from which device which data is coming and how this data has to be processed, so then it becomes a failure of the system, right? This is where endpoint management comes into picture. Endpoint management basically helps you in managing the device's endpoint identity, the metadata and the overall lifecycle involved with respect to these things. So basically it helps you to identify from which device which data is coming and what's need to be done with this data as well. Attendance link will be provided at the end of the session, Mr. Vishal. So now let's move to the next feature. Next one is analyze. In analyze, the first thing you need to do for analyze stream processing. Real-time analysis of incoming data streams with event aggregation, filtering and correlation. If the data coming from the devices is not on a real-time basis, there is no use of this, right? If I have tell my system to switch on the AC at my home, and by the time I reach there, if the AC is not even turned on, then it's a failure on my system. So real-time analysis of the incoming and outgoing data and must be done. And with respect to different aggregations and it filtering, correlations and processing and so forth. And next is data enrichment. So enrich raw data streams with contextual information and generate composite streams. So this is raw data that is being streamed from all the things. You need to identify which is contextually important information which is going to be taken forward. So once I have the irrelevant information, then I can even generate composite streams of information which can be taken ahead of for future analysis and understanding as well. This is what your data enrichment process does. I can't provide this PPT through chat box, Mr. Billa. I will provide this PPT later using some link, okay? Attendance link will be provided in few minutes. Please wait. Then coming to event store, query and visualize massive amounts of data with integrated BI cloud, service support and enable big data analysis. So not in event store, now in event store basically any information that you want can be queried and visualized from the vast amount of data which is present on my cloud platform. Now this in turn can also help me to get better insight and analysis. If I have all the enriched data present on my cloud platform, I have a tool which help me to identify what is needed. It helped me to analyze the data and help me to visualize it and then identify it, and it become more useful as well. And when I have data coming from different things such as this in turn can also lead to being a collection of big data, and it's not just a few GB of data, it's going to be a terabytes of data. So because the data generated from the things around us is that vast, and if you're doing it over a period of time, then definitely it is going to grow into a big data domain as well. There is no WhatsApp group link, Mr. Bharanidharan. There will be only LinkedIn group and Facebook group. I will provide you the link in later sessions, okay? Now coming to third feature, enterprise connectivity. So dynamically dispatch critical IoT data and events to application and process flows. So let's say I have a requirement from my retailer or even an enterprise organization which is present. It could be Amazon, it could be Flipkart or anything as such. Any enterprise organization which provide me a service, if I can connect to them through this platform, then definitely my overall process also easier as well, right? So let's say this is a service provider, okay? Let's say there is some issue with respect to my electricity. Then it can contact to the corresponding service provider. It can send them a detail and correspondingly they would be dispatched. This would in turn reduce my effort of having to check the problem, having to call someone and wait for them to come back. All that gets reduced to minimum required effort as well. So now how does this communication happen? So for that we have REST API. So API based integration with cloud apps and IoT device. Once I integrated my REST API with respect to the cloud application and IoT, then communication between the enterprise, communication between the platform and the communication between the things around us can be made more efficient and can be easier as well. Oops, sorry, the image is not properly viewed here. I'm sorry for that. And then command control. So it sends message to the device from enterprise and mobile apps independent of device connectivity. If I don't have command and control on my platform, then it's awful noise, right? I build a very great environment, something that is quite extraordinary. But if you cannot command it, if I cannot control it as per my requirement, then the system is itself not useful. If I cannot tell my door in a smart home to unlock, When I want it, then it becomes failure on my part. If I cannot control my AC on my smart home, again it's a failure. So always the major aspect when you integrate with respect to the things, the major thing is that you need to ensure there is a huge control on system and you are able to command it as per your requirement. Now this command could either be through a voice based recognition, it also could be a message that you can send through your mobile application and so forth as well. Are you able to understand up to this? Just drop yes in the chat box please. Are you able to understand? Join group. You need to join this group. I'll be providing a community link in later sessions for LinkedIn and Facebook. Okay. I will provide you all the details when I give you assignments. Later we will talk about the community, okay? Are you able to understand? It is easy to understand. Yes, thank you for your response. Shall I move to the next slide? Yeah, thank you all for your response. Thank you. Okay. Next is IoT architecture. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So coming to an architecture, we can break it down to a simple 3-level architecture where we have a perception layer which sense and gather information about the environment. When it gather information from the environment around it, once it's done, I'm going to pass this information to the network layer. Okay. So then coming to network layer, responsible for connecting smart things, network devices and servers are also used for transmitting and processing sensor data. So the network layer in itself takes up the responsibility of transferring this data from the sensors to next layer, which is the application layer. So application layer responsible for delivering application specific service to the user and defines application in which the IoT can be deployed. So here the main objective of the responsibility is the application in itself. Delivers the information to the end user or the end platform. So this architecture can also be expanded to a 5-level architecture. It is quite similar here. Like this. Tamil. It's quite tough to explain this in Tamil. I'm sorry for this, Mr. Red Wolf Gaming. Some doubts are asked for you. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will explain this. It is different. It is a difference mostly come around with respect to processing layer, transport layer and the business layer. So where we had 3 layers doing the earlier task, we have just broken this down so that we have an easier operation or a smoother system, right? So now the perception layer remains the same. It senses and gather information about the environment. It gathers information from the sensor. And coming to transport layer, transfer the sensor data between layers through networks such as wireless, 3G, LAN, Bluetooth and RFID. So the transport layer actually transports the data between sensor to the processing center It could be through a wireless system, it could be through Bluetooth, it could be through RFID, 3G or any medium that I choose to. And then coming to processing layer, stores, analyzes and process huge amounts of data, employs database, cloud computing and big data processing modules. So once the information is transmitted, then the processing layer comes into picture, which actually stores the relevant information, analyzes it and again process it as per the user's requirement. Now again, this could employ various databases, cloud computing service as well as big data processing modules to store this information and as well as process it for that matter. Once this is done, I will give the information to the application layer. So it is responsible for delivering application specific service to the user, which is actually responsible for the delivering superior services to the end user for that matter. And now top of all of this stands your business layer. So manage the whole IoT system including applications, business and profit models and users privacy. Now any device for that matter, when it is working on a large scale environment, a business layer is used here. Now let's say I am working in an organization where we are using multiple pumps for different features in different locations for that matter. A business layer here actually monitors the complete functioning of these parts. You can also have these in various cars as well. So what do I would note here is, if a car is going to break down, then I also get an awareness with respect to that individual car. And is also help me enable or help me to reach out to the closest customer care center, whatever, so that I can assist the user, right? For a response, 5 p.m. Yes, the class will be on 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So thank you for your response. Thank you all for your response. Okay, now let's move to applications of IoT. So first, IoT in everyday life, IoT in healthcare, IoT in smart cities, IoT in agriculture, IoT in industrial automation, IoT in disaster management. So first, IoT in daily life. Let me give you an example of how IoT can service in our daily life. Okay, so let's consider a home application such as AC. So currently what you do is that you go home and turn on your AC and wait for it to reach a certain temperature that you like, about like 25 degree or 26 degree Celsius, whatever. Does anybody see a problem here? No, right? This is a perfectly a functioning setting. So, but what if it could be better? What if when your car is 5 minutes away, your AC received a message? What if it was connected to a cloud which had a dashboard and containing all the relevant information like the location of your car, the outside temperature and the temperature at which you would like to your room? Your AC could turn on before you arrive and create an ambience that you like. This is all because of IoT. So coming to next, IoT in healthcare. For example, let's take working of a smart care device. A care device has certain parameters that are considered safe. Once one of them is breached, the sensor immediately releases the message via a secured gateway to the cloud. Now it is vital for this gateway to be secure as it holds all your value and medical records. So the cloud then passes a remote signal to a smart device. Then this is monitored by either by a nurse or caretaker at home. The beauty of remote patient monitoring is that the patient can now replace a long way to doctor's office with a quick check-in, data share and instructions on how to proceed. So IoT bridges the gap between reading devices and delivering healthcare by creating systems rather than just equipment. So then IoT in smart cities. So problem faced by cities such as waste control management, traffic management, water resource management, housing issues and pollution impact different cities with different intensities, right? So one such problem consistent among most urban cities in traffic. So image an intelligent device like a camera that monitor a road, traffic jams, accidents, etc. and communicate that statics through a gateway. Now this gateway also receives data from other various cameras around the cities. This in itself could form a city-wide traffic system. So where can we use it? So now let's say municipal corporation has decided to repair a road, okay, which connects to a highway for more than one city. So now this could cause a massive congestion. So a smart camera could send this insight to the citywide traffic system. Now considering this is a smart traffic system, it quickly learns and predicts patterns and traffics. It will analyze the situation and predicts its impact and release the information to other cities that connect to the highway via their own monitoring system. Now the traffic management system then can derive routes for cars around these projects. So live instructions could be sent to the drivers via radio channels or by their respective smart device. Then coming to IoT in agriculture, manual handling often results lots of energies, right? So loss of energies, labor cost and other inaccuracies. So which make all of its process less effective. Yeah, smart garbage collector, yeah, it's a perfect example. Thank you. Okay. So IoT here provides a number of solutions like precision farming, smart irrigation and smart greenhouse. There is a sensor detecting various parameters at each level of soil. We have moisture content, temperature and weather condition. One can tell the correct depth to plant the crops or right time to water them. And then coming to smart greenhouse. First, what is a greenhouse? So greenhouse is the farming technique where you can increase yield by controlling natural parameters. So if we use embedded devices in this greenhouse, we could not only just monitor it regularly, but we could practically control the climate inside the greenhouse. So how this system works is that the sensor sends the various parameters and areas of issues inside the greenhouse. Then they relay the information via the connection gateway to the cloud, which then sends the remote commands via the same gateway back to the sensor. So once these signals are acknowledged, they are passed on to the switch gears, which then activate the lighting, pumps and turbines inside the greenhouse, which then create an artificial sunlight too, and sometimes artificial precipitations inside the greenhouse and what more. From the connection gateway, there is a monitor through which 24/7 real-time monitoring has come into effect. So you could use any smart device to remote the condition inside the greenhouse. So with elimination of irregularities and human errors, this create a much more efficient system, right? And then coming to IoT in industrial automation, there are still few problems that are need to be addressed in this sector. What is that? The IoT improves the line of command immensely. It optimizing packaging and make quality test. And you don't need to worry about training cost of too much staff or a lot of staff going on a holiday, because these factories pretty much run on their own. And also you can monitor the supply chain in real time while keeping an eye on your inventories. With IoT application, one could even re-engine your product and their packaging to deliver better performance in both cost and customer experience. Then coming to IoT in disaster management, the IoT cannot stop disaster from happening, correct? Right now, but it sure can help in preparedness during one. Due to high population density, poor evacuation infrastructure and exposure to severe weather condition. Developing countries are more exposed to the risk of natural disaster and often have limited means to sustain the effects. As a consequence, according to a study, more than 95% of all the death caused by disaster occur in developing countries. So IoT can compensate for this by prediction, preparedness, response and recovery to rescue and emerging and developing countries from their vulnerable positions. So let me give one example for a forest fire where IoT could be used as a solution. So sensors are installed near the parameter of the forest. They contribute to the data feeds about temperature and carbon emissions to the control room, which is common to the entire town. This is done via a secured gateway in real time. They anticipate problem and put defense in place to mitigate the impact, namely the police, the nearby hospitals, and most importantly the fire stations. If such as emergency occurs in near urban areas, peoples and communities are alerted via social media, conversion media channels and SMS. So this is all about applications of IoT. Thank you all for participating in my first session. Are you able to understand now what is IoT? Do you get any idea about this? Just drop yes in the chat box. Do you guys like this session? In the sense, just drop thumbs up emoji in the chat box, please. This will be helpful for me. It's already 6:02, right? So please. Timing. Okay, we will talk about it, Mr. Riya Vimal. Okay, thank you for your response. Are you able to understand now? Are you able to get any idea about what is IoT? Yeah. So first 2 days it will be a theoretical class, but up to third day we will go for interfacing sensors and we will go with hardware. Tomorrow we will be learn about introduction to the controller. So first 2 days only it will be a theoretical class, but later we will go for hardware and the interfacing sessions. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for all. Thank you for your response. Let's wind up this session. Thank you all. So this is all about today's session. Let's catch up at next class with another topic.
Very good evening to all. Very good evening. I hope I am audible right now. Very good evening. Am I audible, guys? I hope I am audible right now, and sorry for the delay. Why? Because of the IoT, that Naan Mudhalvan class completed right now. So that is the reason I came late today. I hope I am audible right now. So IoT, Naan Mudhalvan has completed right now. So that is the reason I came late here. Yeah, I hope I am audible right now. So I'm also waiting to taking this particular session. Yeah, very good evening to all. I hope I am audible right now. And Jitendra, Naveen, and Nikita, Monisha, and Kuram, Abhi, Rahul, and I hope I am audible right now. And also my voice is very clear, I hope. And Manoranjan, I'm very fine. And yeah, very good evening to all. I hope my voice is very clear. My voice is very clear, I hope. Yeah, still it's buffering. My voice is clear or not? Am I audible? Please reply, guys. Am I audible here? Am I audible? Guys, I am audible. My voice is clear, I hope. Still, it is echoing. Still, it is echoing. I'm very fine. I'm very fine. Thank you. Thank you so much for your the support. Yeah. Hello everyone. This is Philip from Pantech Learning, and I welcome you all for engage your learning experience with Pantech Learning anytime, anywhere, and any places. We are always supporting to the students in a technical way. What is our main vision? We are going to help 10 million students to learn the technical knowledge by the easy way. And I welcome you all to today's session of Python programming series. In this particular session, I am going to discussing with you list and also the tuple. Already we know about it, right? No, already we know about it. What is that list and also the tuple? My voice is clear, guys. Please reply. My voice is clear. Yeah, still it is echoing. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, still it is echoing. Maybe later, another 5 minutes, it will be solved up. So nowadays the device has been changed. Okay, so just wait. It will be another solve. Okay, I hope it will be solved within 5 minutes. Okay, right. So my voice is clear. My voice is clear, guys. Please replay. It is not clear. Yeah, just a minute. I will check it. Just a minute. I will check it. Okay. I will check it one more time. Just a minute. Will we come back? பண்ணிட்டேன். இதானே அந்த கண்டு கிளிக் பண்ணணும். மியூட் ஆயிடுச்சு.
மியூட் ஒரு நிமிஷம் அந்த ப்ரொஃபைல்குள்ள உன்னோட கேமரா ஆஃப் பண்ண அப்படியே அப்படியே அந்த விசிபிள் இது ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சுல இதுக்குள்ள போய் ஒரு நிமிஷம்
டிவைஸ்லாம் கரெக்டாக தான்
அது இல்லை இல்லை நீ அந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ்குள்ள போ ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் இங்க கூட எங்க
கரெக்டாக தான் இருக்கு. சரி இல்லைடா போயிட்டு கிளியர். ஓகே Am I audible, guys? I hope my voice is clear right now. Am I audible? Guys, please reply me in chat box. I hope my voice is clear right now. Right, so without delay, I'm going to enter the topic right now because of it is too much late here. So without delay, so already we know about the list and also the tuple. So what is the meaning of the list and what is the meaning of the tuple? It is one of the data type. These are the things already we know it, right? No. So some technical issues. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Now I hope my voice is clear right now. Okay, sorry for the delay and sorry for the inconvenience. I hope my voice is clear right now. Okay, are you guys excited to listen in this particular session? If you guys are excited, means please mention in the chat box S Philip. Please mention in the chat box S Philip. And also, I'm so excited to taking this particular session. So please share your thought in the comment box right now. Please share your thought in the comment box right now. I'm so excited to taking this session. If you guys are really excited, means please share your thought in comment box right now. Please share your thought in comment box right now. So without delay, I'm going to enter. So if still the voice is echoing in the sense, the problem will be solved within 5 minutes, okay? Because I'm taking the live, after that it automatically will be going to solve, I thought. Okay, please try to understand and just adjust it today. Okay, right, fine. So now without delay, what is list? So already we know about it, how we can identify with the help of the square bracket. That already we know about it. So what is the importance of the list here? That is most like the important thing. So here the list is in order, it is allow duplicate, and also it is like that immutable, sorry, changeable or mutable, right? No, and in this particular list you can add any like another kind of the data type. For an example, that may be like the integer, that may be like the float, that may be list, that may be dictionary, anything you can add. It is in any kind of the data type, one particular item. Okay, so here what is the importance of the list here? It is ordered, mutable, and it allow duplicate. Already we know about it. And how we can identify? With the help of the like the square bracket. And we can add in the multiple item to the single variable with the help of the list. That's it. Okay, with the help of the list. Okay, hope you guys are understood about it. And also this is the basic introduction about the list. So in this particular session, I'm going to discuss with you say like the several built-in functions will be there for the list. That I will tell you how to accessing the item and how to remove the items and also how to adding the items and how to clear the items and how to copy the list. These are the things I'm going to discuss with you. Are you guys ready to get into that? Yeah. So without delay, I'm going to enter right now. Okay. So accessing the item in a list. We can accessing the item in a list with the help of the indexing number. So already we know about it. What is the indexing concept? Indexing concept is nothing but the classroom roll number. For every item having you one single indexing number. For example, you can see here, I created one particular list. So in this particular item's name, apple, orange, and also the banana here. So for this apple, the indexing number 0. For this orange, the indexing number 1. For this banana, the indexing number is what? Of course 2. So I will show the example for this one, then only you can understand easily. So without delay, I'm going to open, that Google Collaboratory. So collab, okay, going to enter to that and opening the Google Collaboratory here. And I'm going to creating the one particular list. Okay, are you guys are following me? Are you guys are following me? If you want to follow me, this is just to open the Google Collaboratory. And also just type what I like to discuss with you in your system as well. So without delay, I'm going to like to enter. Here I'm going to create the list. For example, x is equal to, okay, x is equal to. You can add in any value. For example, Philip here, okay. Then like that's 26. Okay, then adding like that any number. For example, 26 is an integer and Philip is a string, and you can like that adding like 2.5, that is float, and also you can see it here like that country name is, and like that you can adding the list inside that particular item. And an item, any kind of the data type, no problem. For example, here actually I can adding the true and I can adding the true again. So what is the meaning of that? In the sense, different kind of the data type stored in a one single variable with the help of the list. So how we can identify the list? With the help of the square bracket. So what is the exactly meaning of this? We can adding the multiple value to the single variable. That is the major purpose. And try to understand what are the important things of the list here. What are the important things of the list here? It is ordered, it is allowed duplicate, and it is changeable. Okay, it is changeable. That I will tell you, and I will run this, and you can see the output of this one. Okay, right. So without delay, it is going to going to initializing and executing. Okay. Yeah, we can adding the complex as well, of course. Yeah, you can see it here. It is ordered and it is allowed the duplicate, right? And one more important thing, I can accessing the item with the help of the indexing number. For example, I want to print exam 0. What is the output will become? What is the output will become? Of course, the first index is going to be displayed. That is, this is called it as the 0 and first index, second index, third index, and also the fourth index here. Okay, right. So and also I can that accessing that 0 of and yeah 0 of 0. Okay, 0 of 0. Also I can adding and also I can print it here. That will be actually so 0 of 0 it is going to be print. That means P of P it is going to be print like that. So this is the way you can accessing the item. And I want to that print x of 3. Sorry, x of 3. It will be going to be print like this. Okay, and x of 2 it is going to be print like this. So this is the way you can accessing the item. Okay, this is the way you can accessing the item. So this is called it as the indexing number of this particular list of the items. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear? So this is called we can accessing the item with the help of the indexing number. I hope you guys are understood about that. Then next concept, accessing the range of the index. That means access the item present in the list with the help of the indexing number. For example, I can create the fruits. For example, apple, orange, banana, kiwi, strawberry. But I can that filtering the and I can creating the range. I can slicing the item. I can slicing the item. I hope you guys are understood about that, and also I hope you guys are listening this particular session. If you guys are listening means please share your fire emoji in comment box right now. Please share the fire emoji in comment box right now. If you guys are listening means, if you guys are really interesting means, please share the fire emoji in comment box right now. Okay, right. So without delay, I'm going to show the example of accessing the item and slicing the item of the list. So without delay, I'm going to open this one and I'm going to create here the fruits. Okay, just to create that list here, fruits is equal to. I'm going to create the that list with the help of the square bracket. So I can add apple and also the apple, banana, okay, banana, and also the orange, and I can adding that kiwi, and also that I can adding the again banana here, okay, banana, and I can adding that orange and also the banana and grape here. Like that you can adding the fruits like this. So I want to that slicing the item with the help of indexing number. Already we knows about it right now. So Tirupati, you are asking the attendance link right now. This is not the right time to asking the attendance link. We will share it at 6:40 only. Should wait, or otherwise you can come at 6:40. No problem. Okay, fine. So fruits of okay calling that I want to that accessing from 1 to till that 5. So what is the meaning of this in the sense? Okay, what is the meaning of this? So you can copy this and also they paste this particular the variable. That is most important thing. Yeah, so I can accessing from 1 to till 5th. 5th means what? Till 4. 4th index only it is going to be displayed. For example, banana, orange. That means 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 till these particular items is going to be displayed. We can slicing like this. Once I am going to print this, what is the output will become of this? What is the output will become of this? Banana, orange, kiwi, and also the banana again. Okay, banana again. And you can see this actually. This is the way to accessing the item. This is the way to accessing the item like that. Okay, right. So this is the way you can create it. The spelling is not a problem. If you want to change that in this, you can change it by yourself. Okay, so I made a mistake maybe. Yeah. Okay, now and you can see it here. Next, we can go for like that accessing the item. Already we knows about it. Next, we can move for changing the item present in the list. Changing the item present in the list. Already we knows about it. Okay, already we knows about it. Already we knows the list is mutable. Am I right? No. So I want to change this particular banana to like another strawberry. How we can? In the sense, for an example, this is what kind of the index? What is the index number of these banana? So for an example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So here, fruits of, okay, fourth index, I'm going to like another changing the value like another strawberry, like strawberry. Like that, you can like another changing with the help of the indexing number. Like that, you can changing like another value of this particular like another item. You can see it here right now, and I can print the fruits again. Can see the like another output of this one. Okay, output of this one. You can see it here right now. Apple, banana, orange, kiwi, and also the strawberry. That banana is going to be replaced a strawberry right now. Clear? So this is the way changing the item. This is the one of the method. Okay. Now move to the next insert function. Okay. So what is the purpose of the insert function? We can add in the item with the help of the indexing number. I want to insert one particular like one particular item. For an example, first index in the sense. With the help of the indexing function, with the help of the insert function, you can like that you want to add the second index of pineapple. In the sense, you can specify the second index. You want to like that indexing like that for an example 2 or 0. Philip, can we enter the values like that even odd or complex in a root negative values? Yeah, we can. Jyoti. Yeah. And you can see it here with the help of these particular dot insert that will be help to like that adding the item which you specify the index number. That I will tell you how to do that. Okay, then only you can understand easily. For example, the fruit of fruits of okay, you can like the dot insert of, you can specify the index number. For an example, same mistake I'm going to look at that. Fruits of insert of I can like that replace to or adding, sorry, inserting. Here I can mention like that any other fruits like this. For an example, any other fruits is there? Guava. Okay, guava like that. So just an example. So once I'm going to run this with the help of the insert function, I can insert the second index as guava. Then what about the remaining? It will be moved to the next like that inside indexing like that indexing number. For example, here the second index is banana. Once you are going to insert the guava here, that will be like that replacing the second index. This orange is moved to the third index. This is actually the second index. Once I am going to run this, for an example, fruits. Okay, you can see it here that fruits. I can print like this. Can see it here. This orange is moved to the like another third index, and the guava like another insert in the second index. So what is the purpose of the insert? It is going to be like another adding or inserting in the which you specify the index number. The same place is going to be like another insert. Then what about like another append? This particular append function will help to adding the like that specified item in the end of the list. Okay, will be like that adding the end of the list. For example, with the help of dot append, and you can specify any values. You can specify any values of this particular append of the function. It is going to be adding the end of the list. For example, apple, orange, and also the banana. And I can using the dot append